you asked me a couple questions, and what were those questions?
Do you smoke crack cocaine?
Exactly. Yes, I have smoked crack cocaine.
When,
But
sir?
no, do I? Am I an addict? No.
When have you
Have I
smoked
tried it? Probably in one of my drunken stupors, probably approximately about a year ago. I answered your question. You asked the question properly, I'll answer it.
How many
yes,
times
I've made mistakes. All I can do now is apologize and move on. I don't know what else. Oh, guys, whoa, okay, can I just...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, please.
All I can say is I've made mistakes. And you guys kept referring to alcohol. There was a couple isolated incidents. There's been times when I've been in a drunken stupor. That's why I want to see the tape. I want everyone in the city to see this tape. I'd like to see this tape. I don't even recall there being a tape and a video, and I know that. So I want to see the state that I was in. But that's exactly it. I don't know what else I can say.
Are you worried about what's on the
So I wasn't lying. You didn't ask the correct questions. No, I'm not an addict. And no, I do not do drugs. I made mistakes in the past, and all I can do is apologize. But it is what it is, and I can't change the past. And I can apologize to my family, my friends, my colleagues, and the people of this great city. I can't change it.
Why today? Why
So,
are you acknowledging this?
I told you, probably approximately, I'd probably say in and around about a year ago, but I don't know exactly. That's why I want to see. I don't even remember after some of the stuff that you guys see me, the state I've been in. It's a problem. So I want to get.
Are you
I
on
said
crack
I
right
get.
now?
Okay, you got
February. The chief said the video was for February.
Said that.
Oh, you come on!
It was so intimidating. He's opening up.
Just while we're waiting for Katie Simpson, there's a stunning admission from the mayor saying that, yes, he has smoked crack cocaine. He went on to say that he is not an addict. And when someone asked him where he did it or how he did it, he said, I don't know, I was probably drunk. But there is the mayor of the city of Toronto coming out finally and saying, yes, he has smoked crack cocaine. And an amazing admission. And it just shows that how much of a turmoil that he's been in. Let's go over to Stephanie Smythe and to talk more about this. Stephanie, is unbelievable admission.
Yes, and he said to the media around him, ask me that question. Ask me that question back in May, and we're all shouting, do you smoke crack cocaine? Did you smoke crack cocaine? That's what we were saying here. Did you smoke crack cocaine? Somebody said, did you smoke crack cocaine? He said, yes. The gas. Unbelievable that the mayor has admitted to smoking crack cocaine. Then he goes on to say that, he's not an addict. I have smoked crack cocaine. I'm not an addict. I don't remember when, a year ago. Talked about the alcohol, talked about the situation he's in, and he just kept repeating, yeah, I'm not an addict. And then the questions kept firing at him, and he was trying to keep his composure in a sense, and then walked away.
Oh, and the last thing was Olivia Gondak. It says that I wanted to eat her pussy. Olivia Gondak. I've never said that in my life to her. I would never do that. I'm happily married. I've got more than enough to eat at home. Thank you very much.
Anything that was true? What about drinking and driving? What about drinking and driving?
I know we're up live right now, but I don't know if we can. Mayor Ford, speaking as Mayor Ford does very plainly, as he said in council yesterday, he effed up, and now using language that I don't think we can broadcast that on TV, but we just broadcast that on TV. Another unbelievable day here at Toronto City Council as Mayor Ford speaks to the media for the first time since those new allegations came forward, and then using language that I'm not going to repeat that language, but Mayor Ford dismissing those claims, saying he's going to launch legal action against his former staffers who were named in those court documents. And you can listen to the crowd reaction, the media reaction. I think everyone is in shock. Everyone, I'm going to send it back into the newsroom because I don't think there are words for what just happened.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, it was a similar reaction here. There are no words. Katie Simpson. That's all we can say about that. You know what? We're going to talk to you throughout the morning, so stand by. It is 9:24, 2 degrees. This is Toronto's breaking news, CP24. Well, hey, guess what? We're just Gonna come back on the other side of the break, so stay tuned. You're watching Toronto's Breaking News, CP24. You never know what's going to happen, right?
I completed the program, put in hundreds of hours of learning about this disease. When you're in denial for years, it takes a while for someone to convince you that you do have a problem and not an addiction. And I want to thank the professional doctors and nurses and counselors at Greenstone explaining this disease to me.
They supported the timeline for you to return back, considering the addictions you're dealing with. Let's talk about that. You've talked about alcoholism. You're an alcoholic. Are you a crack addict?
Substance abuse is everything. I was born with blonde hair. I'm going to die with blonde hair. I was born an alcoholic. I'm going to die an alcoholic. And it's a long journey. When you're an alcoholic, you can become any sort of substance abuse addict. You can be using cocaine. Everything goes under that. You name it. It's
Sorry, you
I've
said
abused it.
cocaine.
Every drug that you can think of, probably.
Think of another one that you might have used.
Well, there's marijuana. There's mushrooms. There's everything you can think of. But that's substance abuse. Substance abuse.
Was there heroin?
No, I wasn't a heroin user.
You're not a heroin user. You've
No.
never used heroin?
No,
You've
But-
never smoked it, snorted it, shot it?
not heroin.
Are you a crack addict?
No. But again, this is substance abuse. When you're under the influence of my disease that I have, it's a disease, and I regret it. Now that I know, I wish someone would explain this to me many, many years ago. I wouldn't wish this disease on my worst enemy.
But you knew you had a problem all these months, and I understand you say denial is part of the disease. You put it off and put it off. Last November you said, 5 months and I'll be, right as rain. 6 months later, you're just out of rehab. It didn't work. You got the help you needed. But what is it that made you finally go to rehab? What moment was it?
Enough was enough. I don't really know the moment, but I was ruining my health. Couldn't function day to day. Ruining my family. And my job as mayor. And your family, your profession, your own well-being. I think after those three go.
Did that include drugs and alcohol in the office?
No, alcohol was in the office.
You never did drugs in the
No.
office? Where did you get your drugs?
Well, again, I'm not going to get in to the criminal element. I do not associate with those people. I'm not going to.
But you've consorted with alleged criminals. You've
Absolutely.
consorted with them.
Absolutely.
You've named Alessandro Lisi as a good guy. Was he a dealer?
I'm not going to get into any of the particulars. Obviously, it's when you have a disease like I do, you do things, you say things, you're blind to the people that.
Does the disease
Surround you.
give you a gimme?
The disease gives you uncontrollable cravings that no one would understand unless you have the disease.
Do you think someone with uncontrollable cravings can effectively operate as the chief magistrate in this city?
Well, this disease is something that I was born with, and I'm going to die with it. And it's an ongoing, long journey.